let's listen to another one. So we've got Ronan and we've got Andres. Andres.
Hello, how are you? I want to know how I can get the shopping center.
How can I get to
the shopping center?
Oh well, it's about the minute away. Go up, follow the Carter Street.
No, follow, go up.
Go up.
Yeah.
Go up, follow.
Go up.
Go up.
Remove the follow.
Okay.
Yes.
Go up the Carter Street.
No,
Okay.
Go. Yeah.
go up. Go up.
Decatur Street.
Decatur Street.
Okay.
Decatur Street.
Yes.
And then turn right.
Turn right. Okay.
On Beach Street, the street, and all the way up until
All the way up.
all the way up until you see the shopping center, which will be on your left.
Oh, great. Thank you. Perfect.
You're welcome.
True expression with Ronan, making sure he's remembering it in his head. Go up, go right, very natural. So I like that. That made it feel very real, like, because that's what's going to happen in real life. Maybe you're going to, say it to yourself in your mind, because that's how you remember. I do the same thing. I say, okay, all the way up. So very good. I like that. Okay, let's have a break, and when we come back, we'll continue more. Okay, so let's continue with our textbook. My favorite city. I know, we might, let's see, we'll finish this unit, and if we have time, then we'll do it at the end. My favorite city. So we're gonna practice our writing now. So we're gonna write a description of a place. So we looked at, talking about new places and what we do. Where do we go when we go to a new city? Edward said he goes to the, if he was in Paris, he would go to the Eiffel Tower. Jose, you'd go to the museum, I think. So, there's lots of places where we go to. But where can we find information? Do you use YouTube to watch videos of a place before you travel there? Do you go to a travel agent and ask them, or do you get a book about a place, or do you use a travel guide or websites, or do you read someone's blog? How do you get information about the city that you are going to before you go there? Video games. So you've got video games on your mind. You watch a lot of videos. Yeah, same. YouTube. Yeah. TikTok. Oh, okay. Yes, because a lot of people upload, their videos. They call them video blogs. So a lot of people upload their travel and they talk about the place. Yeah. Does website, you can look up information on the website. That's another good option. Does anyone go to a travel agent and get a brochure? So a travel agent is a place where you can book your tickets. Like, do you ever go to get the book from the travel agent? No, not anymore, because we've got the internet, right? Yeah, we don't need to go to the travel agent, but that's another way. Okay, so now we're going to look at a travel website. So Bella Porter Chup, I don't know how to pronounce that. So that's her first name and her last name. She writes Because remember we were talking about the present simple. So she writes, Bella writes, we put an S for he, she, it, for a travel website. Read about her favorite city. Tick the items she mentions. So imagine this is a travel website. So let's read it together to practice our reading. So I can see there's an image, there's a title, and there's one paragraph. Remember we talked about paragraphs, what a paragraph is? The first sentence has the main idea, and then the rest of the sentence are examples and supporting. So I'm just looking, I can see the layout, image, title, paragraph. We're going to imagine this is a website. So let's read together. Why I love Moscow. My favorite place in Russia is Red Square in Moscow because there are interesting museums and galleries. I also like other parts of Moscow. For example, Krasnaya, yeah, Krasna Park is great. On Saturdays, in the summer, I meet friends there in the afternoon. In the afternoon, we relax and play sport, and it's free. I also love the winter in Moscow. December is my favorite month because the snow is beautiful and we go ice skating. Okay, has anyone been to Moscow? You have been to Moscow? Have you been there? Yeah. You went there?
With her,
Cool. Yeah.
December
Yes.
is favorite month.
Is your favorite month? Yeah.
Because it's now.
Yeah. When did you go there? No, this is not a question in the book. I asked, has anyone been to Moscow? Yeah. So I know we haven't done that grammar. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm like. I know. Yeah. That's what I'm amazed. I was like, wow. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was confused. Okay. So I've never been, but it looks nice. I would like to go, maybe one day. So what's the name of her city?
¿Cuál es el nombre
Moscow.
Moscú?
Yes, Moscow is the name. Yep. That's the name of her favorite city because she's writing about it. So Moscow. Actually, I think the proper pronunciation Moscow. Yeah, Moscow. Yeah, that's how we pronounce it. Okay. What is a good place to visit? The park. Yeah, Red Square. Krasnaya Park. The museum, the art gallery, and the square. The red square. What's her favorite time of the year? Yes.
How do you say winter?
No, winter. Winter. So let's write the answers. So we have so Moscow is the first answer. Okay, her favorite or good places to go to are the park, the museum, the art gallery, and the square. I'm just in general. I don't want to put the name of the place, but just, yeah. Her favorite time of the year, December. Make sure you capitalize it because we capitalize months of the year. And what's her favorite cafes and restaurants? Well, we don't know because she didn't say. So we're going to put an X. So we're only going to tick 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry, and her places to meet her friends. She said in the park. That's her favorite place to meet her friends, in the park. So we have all this information, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I can put a tick or you can write the answers. But do we know her favorite cafes and restaurants? No, because she didn't write about it. Do we know good ways to travel around the city? No, she didn't say by bus, by tram, by taxi. So no, we don't have that information. So we don't have the information for number 5 and 6. So I'm going to put an X. But tick, 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 tick. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Let's look at writing. But when we write, when do we use capital letters? So we know what capital letters are when the first letter of the word is a big letter. So let's read. I'm going to give you 1 minute. Read the description again and see, put a tick next to which one of these things does not have a capital letter. So remember, does not, do not have a capital letter. So I'll give you 1 minute. So Jimin, we're on page 41. So read the article, the little travel paragraph here, why I love Moscow, and then answer number 3A. I'll come back in a moment. Okay, let's check what we have. So when do we need to use capital letters?
1, 2, 3, 4.
So when do we not need to use it? Not need to do it? 1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Yeah.
Yeah, only, let's have a look. So let's talk about when we need first and when we don't need. So we need to use a capital letter. Yeah, I'm not sharing. We need to use a capital letter. Okay, so we need to use a capital letter when we start a sentence, the start of a sentence, so the first word. Yeah, so that's easy. The first letter of the word must be a capital in the sentence. We need to use it when we say I, the word I, even if it's in the middle of the sentence, like I went to see the movie with my friend and I, or you know, I love many places, but I don't really, so whatever. Even if it's in the middle of the sentence, when we use the pronoun, remember pronoun just means I, you, he, she, it, we, they. The only one is I that needs to be capitalized always. Doesn't matter if it's in the start of the sentence. Yes. When we talk about people, so for example, sorry, the names of people. So that should say names, maybe more better. Names of people. So the names of people. So my name, Laila, you would capitalize the L. Cities, so Paris, Adelaide, Bogota, you need to put a capital. And places. So if you say, you know, the South Australian museum, the S needs to be capitalized, the Australian needs to be capitalized, and the museum, the name of the place. If I say Cafe Buongiorno, the C, because it's the name of a place, capital C, capital B. The name of any place, the park, the one that we have in the city, the Botanic Gardens, that needs to be capitalized, Botanic, and then Gardens, because it's the name of the place. So names of people, cities, and places. When we write the names of countries, so Colombia, Australia, Brazil, South Korea, they need to be capitalized. When we talk about nationalities like Australian, Colombian, African, whatever, we need to capitalize it. Languages. What are you studying? I'm studying English. So make sure that E is capitalized. What language do you speak? I speak Spanish and German. They both need to be capitalized. When we talk about days and months, so the days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all need to be capitalized, even if it's in the middle of the sentence, like I went to the park on Tuesday. So that day, Tuesday, needs to be a capital, and months. My birthday is in July. J needs to be a capital. The names of streets. So in your conversations, you're writing, I hope you're putting capital letters just like the map. You know, so you had like Decatur. I know they were actually in capital letters, but that was a good exercise to know that the first letter of the name of the street and the word street, the S in the word street needs to be a capital. Or if it's the road, like Goodwood Road, or parks, like Krishna Preshner Park. They're all capitals. Or if it's a square just means like an area where people come together and meet up, you know? So a famous square, I think you would all know it, is Times Square in New York. It's just an area where people meet up, you know? Times Square. That's when we use capital. So now, when do we not use a capital? Parts of the day, number 5. So for example, midday and midnight, these words do not need to be capital. That's why I put like a cross. So we need to tick number 5. Did you all get that?
Very important today. Afternoon. evening,
Yeah, exactly.
morning.
That's a good one. Morning, afternoon, yes. Morning, yeah. Afternoon, night, the word night, because they're parts of the day. We do not capitalize them. So if I write a sentence, you know, I wake up early every morning. In that word, in that sentence, the word morning is not capitalized. None of these words are capitalized. We do not put a capital. And when's another time when we do not need to put a capital? When we talk about seasons, like summer. So that sentence, I love summer. So summer, winter. If you look at the writing, she says, yeah, I also love the winter. That word is not capitalized. So summer, winter, spring. And in Australia, we say autumn, not fall. So don't say fall, say autumn. Do not capitalize those words. So when not to use capital letters. So really, there's only two rules we're learning here. When not to use capital letters. For these, and this is when we do need to use it. So we need to, so the question asked us, which of these things, 1 to 7, or 1 to 8, it should say, do not have a capital letter? Well, number 5, parts of the day, midday, midnight, morning. So we need to put, you can circle it or put a tick, number 5, and also number 7. So 5 and number 7, circle it, whatever. That's when we do not use capital letters. Good, so those are the rules. All you have to do is just remember them. But any questions? Did you understand what that means? Start of a sentence, the word I, names of people, cities and places, countries,
Names of people, names of people.
names of people, yeah. Like, sorry? God? Yes? Yes. Good that you asked that. I'll just write God. Yes. I see that a lot when people don't capitalize it. That needs to be capital. The word God. Yeah. And when not to use it, so streets, roads, parks, squares, days and months. Not to use it, parts of the day and seasons. Okay, and remember you have my notes up on Padlet, these ones. So if you didn't have time to write them, don't worry. Okay, let's do the next part. We're going to look at the description by a student. Which words need a capital letter? Look at the examples and circle the incorrect letters. So we can see they've already done the first one. They circled the I because that needs to be a capital. They circled the A because that needs to be a capital. Australia, that's the name of a country. So I'll give you 1 minute to do that. I'll leave this up here, the rules. So do exercise 3B and circle where the mistakes are. Remember, just the capital, where it should have a capital. Okay, I'll give you 1 minute to do that. And then we'll read it together. Let's check it. So I'm from Australia. The I and the A need to be capital. And this needs to be capital. And I love, so the I needs to be capital. And I love Sydney. Sydney needs to be capital because it's the name of a city. There, the T, because it's the start of a sentence. So even if it ends in a full stop, a question mark, an exclamation mark, that's the end of a sentence. So the T here needs to be a capital. So there are over 4 million people here, but it's never crowded. Any mistakes there? No? That's capital T. Yeah? Because it's the start of a sentence. That's because there's a harbor. No. Why would you capitalize that? No. Because there's no, it doesn't say that word. Where did you see that in the rule? Because there's a harbor with the famous Sydney needs a capital, opera needs a capital, and house. Why? Why all of the? It's a name of a place. It's the name of a structure. Yeah, it's a Sydney Opera House. 3 of those words. Sydney, yeah, it's a name of a place. Sydney Opera House. And there are beautiful beaches. Sorry? Which? The harbor? No, that's a noun. That's like saying the river, the building. It's a word. It's not a name of a place. There's a harbor. That's like just saying there's a place where there's water by the land. It's not a name of a place. It's not a country, nationality, language. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you would say that's because there's Pearl Harbor, because it's the name of the harbor, name of a place. Yeah, but it's not. It's just saying there's a street, there's a house. If that word said, and there's a house next to my grandmother's house, would you capitalize the word house? No. It's just it's a noun for something, you know, a house, a river, a harbor, a car. It's as if it's that word. So no, it's not the name of the. Okay, and there are beautiful beaches on, yes, start of a sentence. On Saturdays, the day of the week, we have it here. We need to capitalize that. You can see here, I go with my friends to Narrabeen Beach. Isn't that a name of a place? It's the name of a beach. So capital N and capital B. It's the name of a beach, a name of a place. So that needs to be a capital N, capital B. It's quiet. It's start of a sentence. So that's a capital I. And relaxed. In, yes, start of a sentence. In the evening, we go to the city center. There needs to be capital, start of a sentence. There are over 3,000 restaurants. No capital, no, yeah. My, start of a sentence. My favorite are Japanese and Lebanese. They need to be capitalized. J, capital L. Why? Because they're nationalities. It's like saying, I love Colombian food. I need to capitalize that C. I love Mexican food. Good. So now we learnt when to use capital letters and when not to use capital letters. Yeah? So you just got to remember the rules. So let's practice it. We're going to write a description. A description just means information of your favorite town or city for a website. Now you can pick your own city, or you can pick a city that you visited, like where you went, Jose, or you can pick a city that you haven't been to. But you could say my favorite city is Venice, and you can give information, Rome. Yeah. So pick any city that you want and write about it. The same size like this, 6, 8, maybe 10 sentences. And remember, now what I see a lot of people making a mistake is that you're not using full stops. You're writing and writing and writing and no full stops. So make sure you use your full stops. Make sure you start a sentence. You know when to start a sentence. Usually it's a subject. So make sure you know when to start a sentence. You use your capital letters and you have a title. So your title could be Why I Love Rome, or Rome is the best city in the world, or or Bogota is amazing, whatever. So have a title and then have a little description. So don't give information like, try and write it like, because it's when you're writing for a website, you don't want to write like you're writing history book. You don't want to write history stuff. You want to write, why is the place beautiful? How do you feel? Is it crowded with lots of people? Why do people like this place? You really want to add your feelings, not just history. Like it's the capital. It has 4 million people. It's a bit boring to read a travel blog about that city. So you're writing it about a city, but make it interesting. Bogota has one of the best salsa. It's one of the best salsa clubs in town. It's what? It's Cali. Actually, true. So make it as interesting. About anything. Talk about places. What does it have? Like beautiful parks, waterfall, rivers, statues, like Eiffel Tower, if you're going to write about Paris. So what does the place have? But add a feeling to it. Don't make it too history and it has this, it has that, it has that. But make it sound like, it just has, so a little bit more feeling. The best time in winter because you get to see whatever, or, you can take your wife for an amazing walk down a river, very romantic. I don't know, like add something interesting. So, because when somebody reads it, they're going to be like, wow, I want to go to that place. I want to go to Moscow. Sounds awesome. There's a park and it's beautiful in winter. It's relaxing, play sports, December. So make someone interested in what you're writing. Okay, so where are we going to add it? So I can correct your English. We're going to add it to Padlet. If you look at section 3 writing, You'll see it should be, see where it says Unit 3 writing. So add comment on the bottom. Write a description of your favorite town or city. I'll give you one example. So Fernando, not Fernando, this one, Fernando in the next level. Fernando wrote, my favorite place. So he didn't have a title. Don't forget to add a title. My favorite place in Brazil is Gramado. Is that right? Gramado? Gramado, which is located in the south of the country. So he gave a nice idea, where is it in the country? There are interesting wineries and restaurants. I really like the climate there because there are time of the year when it snows in the city. There are, oh, tique. Is it something, food or drink?
No.
No?
They're drinking.
I think it's a drink. No? Tique?
In English.
I think I remember Fernando said it's a, but in the south, is it must? I don't know if it's a drink. Tea. He said to me tique. I remember he said, or was it food? Maybe it's food. Maybe I ask him what he. Okay, I'll ask Fernando what that is. I don't know what he wrote. No, you don't know anything? Because there are tique of the year when it snows in the city. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, but that was an example. So you'll find it in section 3 writing. So Viviana, you can write in Padlet. Remember I showed you. So unit 3 writing, go all the way down. And this is an opportunity. If you finish early, you can read all the other ones because I've fixed up the English. So it's a good opportunity for you to learn and see lots of English. So add comment. Okay, 10 minutes. Where's Diego? Diego, remember? Diego, he always says 10 minutes. Diego's not here today. Okay, we'll come back and check them. So we have Jimin wrote, my favorite place is Tokyo in Japan. Good. So she put a full stop. It's a nice sentence. Try not to start your sentence with because. So let's connect it. My favorite place in Tokyo is Japan. And favorite, we want to put the Australian spelling with the O-U-R. So my favorite place in Tokyo, my favorite place is Tokyo in Japan because there are many interesting showrooms. For example, Toyota car showroom, Satori beer showroom. So I would say and. So only put a comma if you're saying 3 things. So because you only said 2, we need to have an and between them. So for example, Toyota car showroom and Satori beer showroom. When I was at university, or when I was, a university student, I visited these places with my friend. We enjoyed seeing the cars and tasting beer. You like to drink beer? Yeah. If I have a chance, I'd like to go back to Tokyo. Very nice. Beautiful, Jimin. So thank you for sharing that. So can we see in Jimin's writing that she has used good sentences? She's used capital letters. When she needs to, she's put her name so we know who wrote it. And she talked about her experience. I thought that was beautiful. Okay, Edward. My favorite place is my hometown. Its name, I would say my favorite place is my hometown, comma, Los Santos in Santander, Colombia. Yes, see? So you have to, because I don't know where that, I mean, I know you're from Colombia, but you got to remember this is a travel blog. So people around the world are reading it. They don't know where that is. So again, favorite, we need to use the Australian spelling. So O-U-R. So my favorite place is my hometown, comma, Los Santos in Santander, Colombia. Santander, Colombia. It is visited by many people because, why did you put a capital for there? Because you asked before in the writing. I said no, no capital. So it is your phone. It's autocorrect, right? See you tomorrow. So it is visited by many people because there is the Chicamocha Canyon.
Yes.
Okay, it is visited by many people because there is I would say it is visited by many people who go to see, who go to see or who go to visit the Chicamocha Canyon. Oh, sorry, Chicamocha Canyon. I love canyons. Wow.
Is there mountains?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, canyon. I only know that, well, I know the one in America. No, I know the one in the American, the great, but no, I don't know this one. We'll have a look in a moment, photos. It is also known for being the second, see you tomorrow, the second, I don't know this word, on the planet after, I don't know what that,
Famous.
sorry?
It's
Seismicness.
seismic. Tremors.
Tremors in the ground? Ah, okay. So it is also known for being the second seismic nest on the planet after Romania. Yeah. I might explain that because you're going to have a lot of people reading your blog. They don't know what that is. So so anytime you want to explain something, so say you say, I love paella, which is, so you can explain things by saying which is, what did you say? Which is movement in the ground. Yeah, which is a ground movement, which is let me just get a word for that. Let me just see how to better say it. An earthquake? Is it an earthquake? Yeah, which is an earthquake. Okay. Which is an earthquake.
Every day. Yeah. Every day.
Wow.
3 or 4.
For being the second like when you say second, what do you mean? Like the country that has the most? So to have earthquakes. So first Romania, then Colombia, this place. Ah, I thought Japan would be more.
No, is
Yeah,
Francia, Romania.
yeah, Romania first. Yeah, I'm surprised too.
The
Which is the second most common place to have seismic nests, which are earthquakes. After,
Japón es como el
Ver. No, allá, Santa Fe, todos los días, todos
todos los días.
every day.
interesting, every single day. So do you feel, does anything fall from your house? Like,
No.
no, just the,
Uh,
it's not that
it's
strong.
always-
Yeah,
Minis.
interesting, every day.
No. Google teacher.
Yeah, we'll watch a video. So let's look at the English first. Yeah. So my favorite place is my hometown, Los Santos in Santander, Colombia. So you see, there needs to be a comma between the city and the country. It is visited by many people who go to see the Chicamocha Canyon. Chicamocha Canyon. It is also known for being the second most common place to have seismic nests. Now, because that's not a common word, because I didn't even know what that meant. So when you want to explain something, you say which are, and then you put the general word, which are earthquakes. After Vrancia, Romania. Okay, good. Thank you, Edward, for sharing that about your hometown. And you experience earthquakes every day. Wow. So is it very, I can imagine the experience. As long as it's not too strong, the earthquake, it doesn't make damage. Wow.
The canyon in Camacho is
Ah, let's have a look at a quick image. Chicamocha. Canyon. Canyon. This is in Colombia. Wow.
It's in my hometown.
Yeah, it's in your hometown. How far from your home? How far?
The- This is
Wow. You go hiking.
This is a river.
Yes. But how far from your house? And what's this one? This
It's a sculpture.
yeah. Sculpture.
In the
Yeah, look.
park.
Interesting.
The
You can
national park.
it looks like a ship,
It's a, ¿cómo se dice? Hoja.
like a something.
It's a,
Yeah, like a plate.
they prepare the tobacco.
Ah,
This is agriculture in my.
yes.
Yes.
For agriculture, yeah. And there's a town maybe next to it.
What?
National park. Yeah, does he live in the national park? He must have a lot of money. That looks this expensive place. We want to come visit. And look, then there's the cable car. So it's really,
Is the extreme sports. Extreme sports
yes,
is
paragliding. This one? Oh, not this one?
yeah. This is paragliding.
Paragliding? Hmm. Rock climbing,
Yeah.
extreme sports.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Wow. And this is the river. I know. And it's tourist because they have the tourist national park. They've got lots of activities. So interesting. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so we didn't have enough time to check them all, but we'll continue our next lesson to check them. Armenia, Colombia.
Okay.
Armenia. Interesting. Armenia. We'll check that. We'll also got yes. Did you put it in the wrong section? Okay, so we'll check them tomorrow. And Bevy, I'll just add your, see you tomorrow. See you. I'll just add yours to Padlet, but I'll check it tomorrow because we ran out of time. Okay, so see you all tomorrow to continue. Yeah, see you then. Good night. Good night. Okay, so stop share. Okay, so good night, Bevy.
Bye bye, teacher. Thank you.
Sorry, my volume. Yeah. I don't think I heard you. But see you tomorrow. I don't think there's sound. I can't hear. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye. Bye, Jose.